Okay, so the key to a successful home or virtual Facebook party is to remember to follow up with everyone. I put together a few handouts here, and the first thing that I like to do is you can just easily put out a Facebook event post. So right after the party, whether it's a home party or a virtual Facebook party, just a little thank you, and I have attached also some the graphics.
So we've got a lot of graphics. If anybody wants them, just let us know.
Perfect. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is always thank your hostess for hosting the party, and anyone who's attended, ordered, and maybe booked. You want to just thank everyone for coming shopping. The next thing, I like to also put in a post that if they couldn't make it to the party, whether it was online or in home, is to let them know that there's still time to order and give them a cutoff date for that, usually the next day or within a few days. And that's easily done in a post. And then you can also put in a post as far as asking if people weren't able to join either the party at home or on the Facebook party, that you still want to share with them. So you can ask them if they've ever thought about having their girlfriends, getting their girlfriends together for a party, or a virtual Facebook party. Sometimes people are busy and that's an easier route to go for them. So you can always give them that option and let them know that they can pick up some free items as well as the 50 to 60% off items that we're offering. So there's some great graphics to go with that. And then I follow up with each individual guest as well. And right now, because we have the temporary system, I've been emailing the customer invoice once I submit the order. So with that, I've been sending that little picture with the thank you, and also at that time asking if they've ever thought about having a party, kind of following up that way as well. If someone didn't attend, you can send them a note letting them know that they were missed, and that, sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just have a quick question. When you say when they didn't attend, are these ones that said they were attending?
Said that they were coming. They clicked join or yes, that they were coming, and then they just
you don't
make
go
it.
through like everyone that was
No.
invited or anything?
No.
Like that? Okay.
Just anyone that said that they were coming and they didn't make it. Possibly, you might want to get the ones that said maybe, because there might have been some interest there as well.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't hit the people that didn't reply. So no, just those that said they were coming or were maybes. Let them know that they were missed and that there's still an opportunity for them to order or to book their own party. And then also with my emails that I've been sending out with the invoice, I've been using this verbiage on the back page for the following up with the guests. And in my email, I've just been saying, thank you so much. I know that you're going to love whatever that item is that they purchased, or I can't wait to see that item when you get it. And then asking if they've ever thought about having a party and getting some free jewelry. Sometimes too you have guests that don't order, but you know they like the jewelry, so that's a good way to follow up with them and ask them if they'd be interested in a party, because you know they're loving the jewelry. Maybe it's just not in their budget right now, so if they have a party they could get some for free, or those 50 to 60% offs. Did I hit everything?
That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
think so.
A lot of awesome graphics.
Okay.
Ladies, are you guys so excited to be here?
Objections and Struggles 101.
Woohoo! Are you guys so excited?
Yay!
How much you guys love Adornable.u?
I love Adornable.u!
How much do you love the experience that we're having and the opportunity we're being given?
I absolutely love it. And you know what? Starting out, and we talked about this earlier, Anne did not start this company as traditionally as companies start, and what the hurdles that we have gone through has been an experience. But I think when we get past these past couple of hurdles, you know, I don't know if we'll look back and actually laugh about it, but oh
We
my
will.
God. Remember when?
No, you're exactly
We
right.
had to email our hostess orders in?
On a spreadsheet.
On a spreadsheet
on
that didn't
Excel,
calculate
yeah.
properly.
And I hate Excel.
Okay, so to jump off of what Mary was saying is, yes, we got started really quickly, really rapidly, as exciting as it is, like any launch company, regardless if you start 100% the traditional way, or if you decide to kick off a little bit different, you're gonna have bumps. That's just the nature of the business. So we were given this opportunity, and we are all having like our frustrations, our struggles, just regular stuff. So what I wanted to address a little bit today is talk a little bit about those objections or those struggles that we're having, and kind of brainstorm. I was never a teacher. I know you would be so shocked by that, right? Is to kind of brainstorm and together come up with some ideas and ways that we can, get over those objections and get over those individual struggles that we're having at parties or even outside of parties, okay? So, you guys see this cute little packet? I'm so excited. I spent 3.2 minutes on the whole thing. Okay, so objections and struggles 101. Turn those cans into
Cans!
Because we don't,
viewers.
yeah, we don't want we can't upsell, we can't book parties, we can't recruit, or we can't, what's the other one? I'm back, I don't remember. Or we can't, whatever the other one is. Whatever. Okay, so if you open up the first page, you're going to see these cute little bubble brainstorm sheets. You guys remember them from first grade, right? Okay, so it says, objection. I can't join AU because. So first I want everyone to just give me something that they've heard. Monica, I know that you're not quite with this yet, but I'm sure we'll get you right there. But you're with Leah Sophia, and you're in direct sales, so you know the typical objections, right? So why don't you give me one thing you've heard when it comes to recruiting, something you've heard out in the field that you're just like, ugh.
I don't have time.
Don't have time. Okay, so write that in one of your bubbles, yeah. Write it in your biggest bubble. So I'm going to kickstart this one off because this is my favorite objection. Because if any of you know me, and if you're on Facebook with me, you know my biggest pet peeve is people saying, I don't have time for that. I am a firm believer that everyone has time for what they think is important and what's important to them. So that might mean taking something off, like watching reruns of Seinfeld at 11 o'clock at night. And that might mean just making a little bit more time for the business, okay? So for me, something that I always say is, you know what? I'm a mom of 3. I got a business. I'm running a fundraiser right now. I've got a husband that works 60 hours a week. I have a household to run. So girl, I get ya. I don't have time either. But you know what? I know that if you want this, and I know that you're going to be amazing at this, so I can help you find time. I can help you find time. On top of that, who doesn't want to find an extra 3 hours a week to make $200? Best 3 hours I've ever spent, right? So for me, a great answer for that is, you don't have time. You don't have time? Well, list out some things. What are things that you think make your day so busy or your week so busy? What consumes you that you feel like I can't do this?
You hit it right on the nose, because that's exactly what I would say. Something like, you know what? Everybody is so busy these days. Tell me about your schedule. Tell me what goes on.
Talk to me, sister. Let's be friends. Okay, we're already building that relationship.
Yeah.
So list those things out. Let's talk about it.
Beautiful.
Let's see how I can help you get rid of Seinfeld. I don't like Seinfeld.
It's called TiVo.
So, right, Kim, what's something that something you would say to someone that objects in that manner?
This pretty much the same thing you did. I'm a mom, a wife. I have a full-time job besides this, and I have a very active family that we're always on the go and traveling with their activities. And so if I can find time, you can find time.
And you guys write these in your bubbles, because you guys, I know you're going through your brains.
So we write
and you're
them down?
thinking, yeah, write them in the same bubble. Write them in the same bubble. And you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm totally going to remember this. And you're going to go home and be like, Stephanie, what is it you said? I can't remember.
So ask about their schedule.
Yeah.
I think the whole I can totally relate. Like, They can-
That's, yeah, and you know what, where this is a good example where the feel, felt, found method came in. So I know exactly how you feel. I am in the same boat. I felt the same way when I was thinking about starting, and what I have found.
That's perfect, right? Feel, felt, found. That's perfect, Mary. Quite contrary. So Mary, what's an objection you've heard? Or I'm sorry, no, not an objection you've heard. What's another way that you combat that objection?
Actually, it was basically what you guys said. I want her to feel that I'm not looking at her just as a recruit, because I'm not. This is a people business, and we're not just, building teams, we're building relationships. It's a relationship business. I want to know what her challenges are, and how we can go about finding 3 to 5 hours, if it's a month, for her to do one party, whatever it is. I would want to know her schedule.
So building that relationship to make her feel empowered.
Yes, and my felt was that, I did feel overwhelmed. I know exactly how they feel. I felt overwhelmed. I was working 3 jobs, 2 part-time and doing nails out of my home for 20 years. And I felt that adding this, I was able to take away, to get rid of the 2 part-time jobs. It actually benefited me to start my own business.
Yeah, so it might just be a process too. And again, if you are working with someone and they decide, you know what, okay, I'm going to give this a shot, it doesn't stop there. They're going to continue to have that objection. The objection doesn't go away the minute they sign the dotted line. That objection is going to continue to be there. So continuing to empower them and continuing to help them find ways when they do come across that same objection that they originally gave you. Because a month in, they might say, you know what, I just don't have time. Well, let's take a step back and reevaluate and kind of start from step 1 again. And then helping that person, he or she, I'm used to saying she, but we've got some guys interested, so we can't leave them out.
Like my guy Stephanie?
Like my guy Stephanie. Oh, yes, and Chris. We have to talk about Chris. Sorry, Chris, if you ever see this. Okay, so what's another objection, Kim? An objection that you've heard?
I have never sold anything. I'm not a salesman or a salesperson.
Okay. So I'm not a salesperson. I will tell you guys, my family grew up in the used car business. My family owned used car dealerships in Chicago, and I cannot stand salespeople. I am not a salesperson. I'm sorry for those of you that are, but I'm not a salesperson. So I always say, you know what, me either. And the great thing is, I don't have to sell you anything. Did I push you into anything? No, the jewelry sells itself. And that's going to be key, is that people don't, with Leah Sophia, or whatever that old company's name was, we felt like the name sold itself, but it wasn't the name, guys. It was the product, okay? And this product is not only similar, but it's better, okay? You have the same design, but better, okay? So my thing is, when I say that, is I'm not a salesperson either. The product is going to do the selling for you. You just have to smile and nod your head, okay? That's what I do with my teenager. Smile and nod. Okay, Mary, what about you? What's a way that you combat that?
I know exactly how you feel, because my husband actually talked me into doing this, because I had 2 big objections. Number 1, I could not talk in front of people. I didn't want to do that. And my second one is, I don't want to sell stuff. But like you said, after doing this, the jewelry really does take care of itself. We're taught to do a little upselling or whatnot if we want to boost our sales. I really just go in to sell myself. That's it. I don't sell the jewelry. I just go in and have a fun time, and the jewelry will take care of itself.
Yeah, perfect. And as we all just saw, Mary had me sold. I want to take Mary home with me.
No, this party. Doing somebody else's show presentation for the first time. That's.
You did good. Oh. You did good. We're very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Monica, what's an objection you've? Oh wait, we already went to you. We're already done. Did anybody have any other objections that they've heard? Oh, I didn't. Hold on a moment. Sorry. Okay, what's an objection you've heard?
Let me see. I don't know enough people. I couldn't get people to book a show with me.
I love that one. I love that one. And the number 1 response is, if you're going to have a wedding tomorrow, who would you invite? The list all of a sudden grows. Starts growing and growing, and then their brain starts working. right? Brain starts going, and all of a sudden they have a list of 50 to 100 people, right? Kimmy, what is a way that you have come across that objection? No friends, nobody likes me. I just moved here.
Also talking to people like the bank teller, the person who checks you out at the grocery store, wearing your jewelry, advertising that way.
Okay. And I apologize, I totally got into booking mode and just gave an example for booking.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
I
I was
just
just thinking about that. I'm like, why am I talking about booking? I just love booking. I love booking. I love telling people you are having a party, and so my mind automatically goes to booking.
But I mean, that's what it is too, when they say
It is,
they can't find anybody. And I don't know if this is a bad thing to say, but I always say, okay, so here's this scenario. If I were to offer you $1 million, you say you don't know people or whatever. If I were to offer you $1 million, and I gave you a week to book 3 parties, do you think you could do it? And I'm like, oh, heck yeah. I'm like, okay, now we've established you can do it.
I like
That's
that.
true.
So let's see
I'm
what we
looking
can
at it
do.
differently than when we talk about it.
But I just tell them to start making a list of people they know. And let them know too that, we'll get some more bookings at your show as well. But
Yeah,
and it's different here in Arizona too than somewhere else, because there are so many people here from other places that really do not know. Like in Chicago, you tell you line up those 6 parties, and I'm like, yeah, cool, I got my peeps. You come here and they're like,
My peeps
like
are in Chicago.
Yeah, my peeps are in Chicago. They're like a different headlights.
Exactly.
Their peeps are always in another state,
I love, because my biggest thing before I signed up was, okay, who's going to book a party? I've been in direct sales for a few years, and I never did a party before. I know, crazy. So that was my biggest concern. And a certain person was like, oh girl, that should not be a concern of yours, but didn't tell me why. And I immediately was not feeling good about it. But I have found that I literally, at my launch party, I got 1 booking. 1 person booked. And in the first 8 weeks during our program from old company, I got, I think it was like $2,000 in free jewelry.
Isn't it crazy?
So obviously I got parties, right? And I think in those first 3 months I ended up doing, I think it was like 17 parties.
That's awesome.
So, and it was most of the people I didn't even know, so it really just takes one person.
And that's the thing too, and what Kim said, talk to your person at the bank, the person who checks you out at the grocery store. You've got coworkers, there's somebody you have, what brought you here?
Network.
Place, what brought you here?
And
So,
this
and it
business
takes one party to turn everything around.
this business is all about networking. So, I mean, whether you know somebody that sells a different product from a different company, it's all about networking. Don't do that. Networking with fellow direct sales people, because you'd be surprised what they're willing to do for you. Monica, what ideas do you have for people that nobody's, I don't know, anybody knows going to book a party? I mean,
Don't know anybody?
Yes.
To sell to. Yeah. I just tell them to make a list. Just right there, make a list. Write 10 people that you think right away, and they always just start writing. And then I tell them, they're like, well, I don't know anybody here. I just moved here. You just tell them, well, where are you from? And I say, I'm from Chicago. Well, you can get orders from there. We can send them a catalog, or send them to the website or whatever, so they don't have to all be here. You can do kind of a mixture.
That's the great thing too about the direct shipping now, is that it ships directly to the customer. You don't have to worry about the hostess trying to get it to people that are out of state.
Right. Love it.
It's all direct shipping now.
Yeah, everything ships directly. Before you even close the party, you can, the very next day you can ship everyone's stuff out.
And not to mention the social selling aspect too. So I know, Monica, that's something that you are huge on. So social selling aspect is amazing because it really opens up opportunity for people. So, you know, you're opening yourself up to trade shows and vendor shows more on the cash and carry basis. You're doing the Facebook parties where they're going to have the Facebook selling integration. So there's so many different ways that we can offer people that are interested rather than standing in front of a crowd. Sometimes that's just not their thing. They may want to make money, but they just don't have that aspect built inside of them. Yet. I believe everybody can work it out.
What's that?
Cash and carry, she's asking.
Yeah, we're going to be able to sell from our displays.
We haven't really figured out how it's going to work yet, but they're going to offer products. I don't know how she's going to work it out, but it's been mentioned that it's going to be where we can buy product and then
like for people who want to do vendor shows and expos.
Did you see the one girl that posted that she'd already done a vendor show and
$1,400 or $1,100?
And she said she's done lots of them in the past, and the biggest she had before was like maybe $400.
Yeah.
$1,400 in sales and like 2 bookings.
She has a few bookings and a couple of
She had
and she had
worth of
no,
product?
she had a
She
small
didn't do cash and carry, but
she had just a small display, even like what most of us have.
But what if she did have cash and carry?
Right.
That would have doubled easily.
Yeah.
Because we're women,
Yeah.
right?
But I
We
do
like
think,
that.
I do think a
instant
big
gratification.
thing of that with our other company that we couldn't cash and carry. There was a trust issue. I'm giving you money and you're giving me nothing, really? So I think this is going to be phenomenal.
Especially for
People
those
are very
vendors.
hands-on.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want it now. Come on, we're women. We like instant gratification.
Right, right.
Hence Mary's eyes when they lit up when I said what I had.
Okay, let's do one more objection. What's another big one that you guys have heard when it comes
Of
to
why
recruiting?
people can't join.
I don't have any money.
Oh, okay.
Me and you both. I said, you know what? That's the perfect reason to be joining. It's only $99, and you know what? Not only that, but you're getting that special title that if you sign up by the end of April, we're not even talking about buying your kit yet, but just registering, then you automatically are going to be a founder, and there's no amount of money that you can put on that. So number one, if you sign up by the end of April, you're going to be a founder for life. That's something that's very prestigious. And number two, just get your parties set up and register, and I'm gonna help you with the rest until you earn that money for that $99 kit. I'm gonna bring my stuff to you. This is part of the business, is you need to be flexible, and you need to be able to do what you can as a leader or as a mentor to be able to help out people that you're recruiting.
Also, let's say it's like the beginning of the month, or like the middle of the month, or what their credit card bill comes at I already have them get shows lined up before their credit card statement comes, and they can put it on a credit card, and that way they'll have that money earned already before that credit card bill comes. So
Yep, that's a great example. That's a great suggestion. Yeah, yeah. What's another way that, or you just what's another way that you feel like is a good way to talk about the money issue?
With your first show, you're probably gonna recoup that $99 plus. So.
What if they don't have, like, literally don't have the $99 right now?
I liked your idea about letting them use your jewelry, and then they get paid on that show.
And that's easy for me just because I go to all of my girls' first shows. I did with the old company, and I do now. So I think that's important. If you're already going to be there,
and if you're good at reading
does it really
people,
matter?
you gotta be good at reading people to see if they're really in it for the long haul.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And you know, worst case scenario is
offer an incentive. Hey, you know what? Book 6 shows within the next 6 weeks. I'll buy your kit.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to do that, though. I'm not saying to go do that, but these are. I don't know if we're supposed to be talking about that. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Well, I don't think it's a bad idea just because if you think about
we just can't advertise start for free. I know we weren't supposed to do that before, so I'm not sure what the policy is here.
Okay, so edit all this part out. But if you think about the numbers, and I'm a numbers person, so if you break down the numbers you're going to earn, if they each have $500 shows, so that's $3,000, you're going to earn that back, that $100. You might break even, but you've gotten that person on board that's just now added $3,000 to your team sales. You've gotten the commission, and you've set her up for an amazing future. Yep. So it's definitely worth it to me.
Yeah, so to throw an incentive out there.
We are actually, we've kind of put the hold on Baxter because Ann is actually working with a graphics team to come up with something that is uniform across the board, which is nice because I'm a business major, so I'm all about branding. I'm all about creating something uniform that people could look at and say, bam, that's adornable.u. Our arrows, that's adornable.u. I don't care how many other companies are trying to use arrows. Arrows are adornable.u, okay? So I know that Ann's working on that, and that's going to be amazing. We should have answers to that in the next week or so. So that's exciting.
Awesome.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Objection! I can't book a party because I'm going to run into the same ones, right? Same type of situations. Number one, what's the number one reason you guys think people can't book a party?
Nobody will come.
Yep, that's number one reason I get. Well, who's gonna come? Nobody will come. What you have, the people I know or the people right here? How many times you guys heard that one? People in this room or the people that'll come?
Okay,
right?
How many of you, she booked a party, how many of you would come? And most of them will say me.
Exactly, and the probability is you can get them to bring a friend next time. Because they know more people, right? Bring a friend. So, bring a friend. How do you entice them to bring a friend? Number one, $5 off each of your order when you place an order. Okay? Number two, extra raffle tickets for people who bring a friend. So that's giving you more chance of more free jewelry.
And if they're doing a Facebook event, we actually have coupons that say $5 off when you bring a friend.
Oh, you do?
I can, yeah. Somebody email me and remind me that. I'll put it on.
Will you write that on here? I'm like, I'll forget. Okay, so what are some other ways to combat that?
I always, sorry.
No, don't know anybody? Is that the other one we're still working on that one?
Don't know anybody, yep.
Well, you go back to that, oh my gosh, so if somebody were going to have a birthday party for you next week, who would be there?
Your poor kid would be so sad. Okay, no sad children.
Say, I have got an amazing sheet that's going to help you with that. That's the 40 names in 4 minutes. Look at all these ideas of where you can think of to invite people.
You say, well, you know for sure you have one guest because your hostess will come. The hostess you're here at.
Exactly.
She has to come. She doesn't have a choice.
She's got to get her forever friend gift.
Yes.
That's right.
Kimmy. Sorry you've adopted that.
I think, like you had said too, like have your friends invite friends. Like each of your friends bring a friend, and then you've got double.
Perfect. What about Frank?
That's the same thing as
Frank.
in 4 minutes.
Well, breaking it down for him.
Frank.
You know what I mean?
F,
Some people need
friends.
that. Yep. Friends. R. Relatives.
Relatives.
A. Anybody know A?
Acquaintances.
Acquaintances. N.
Neighbors.
Neighbors. S.
Kids.
School kids, friends,
What
moms,
about K?
parents, whatever. Oh,
Okay.
Monica, thank you for keeping me on my toes. K. K. Kids. Where'd I come with S? Franks. Superintendent at your school. Does that work? I don't know if you want him. Okay, so there's obviously different ways we can give our hostesses ideas, right? Okay, another objection?
My house is too small.
House is too small. Well, there's people in Chicago, in New York, and those of you who've never been to Chicago or New York, hey Mary, how big are the apartments in downtown Chicago or uptown Chicago?
It's a bedroom and that's it.
And I bet you they have parties. How many parties did you have when you were in Chicago?
Tons.
And did you ever go to small little 700 square foot
I
apartments?
was in a few of those, yes. Where their closet
Just
is
makes
actually
it
where their bed
cozy.
is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cozy
I
party.
love it. I love that more intimate atmosphere. I absolutely love it. But you can also, have it at a restaurant, offer your own house.
I've done
or,
that several times, yeah.
Something like that.
Give
or
them
a
that.
friend's house.
Give them that list of ideas for places. I know you have that on your board up over there. Or just tell them, have your guests wear deodorant. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We can get cozy, like each other a whole
Have
bunch.
everyone wear lots of deodorant.
Okay, so house is too small. So that's, throwing out a good restaurant. That's always a fun way. If it's a nice day, nice time, you can do it in the park. That way the kids can play, right? So they can be kids. Now they don't have to worry about a babysitter. Okay? Makudu's Island is good for that. Just saying. Okay, one more. Let's do one more objection for booking.
My husband will call me.
My husband will kill me. Your husband's gonna kill you for getting free jewelry? Oh, that's ridiculous.
You know what I tell her? I said, we haven't buried a hostess yet.
I love that. That's awesome. Haven't buried a hostess yet.
Or you say, well, he's not invited.
That's good too.
That's good.
That's, yeah, keeping it light
He's
and
not
funny.
invited. He gets to go out with the boys. This is a girls' night. You know, you work all week. Don't you deserve a girls' night?
Yeah, keeping it light, not so serious. And again, just reminding them, well, would your husband rather you pay? Your husband, one, wants you to be happy, right? Happy wife, happy life. So he wants you to have the jewelry that you want. So number one, he's going to be getting stuff at a discounted price and free. Number two, he then is off the hook for picking you out jewelry. Why would he have a problem with that? Right?
You know what I love about all these answers, these objections? We don't sound like pushy salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
That we really have, you know, their best interest. Because, first of all, I'm going to tell you, anytime anybody has an objection about something, they really want to do it.
Otherwise, they just say,
They
I'm not
want
doing
you to
it.
talk them into it. It's like, you know, with recruiting, well, I've got this and I've got that. If they don't want, they're just like, nope, not for me. Nope, you know it's a no. But if there is any kind of an objection with anything, they're looking for you, or yeah, up to you to look for a solution.
This is why Mary is Mary.
No.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I love talking about mentor struggles. I love talking about things that frustrate us and ways to be part of the solution and not part of the problem, okay? So we all have a choice when we run into these struggles, okay? We can call everybody that we know and complain about it, because that's always fun. Or,
I'm having another meltdown.
right, and then you look like a psychotic imbecile. And then number two, I haven't said that word in a while. And then number two is we can be proactive, okay? Number one, again, stop being part of the problem by complaining and be part of the solution. How are we going to change this? How are we going to be flexible? How are we going to work around these situations?
And remember, yes, we need to be able to be flexible. We need tenacity, and what was the third one? Nobody
Patience?
I
No.
don't know about that. No, I don't think it's
But we do need patience. That's a true statement.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't remember what the third one was.
I don't remember. Okay.
Okay, so the first one something we've been running into, that sales are low. And it's okay, we're a new business, we're not out there yet, right? So we're talking about good ways to move your sales up. Number one is to upsell. Mary, you're doing the potty dance in your seat. So why don't you tell me what's a good way to overcome your low sales struggle?
Well, two things. And one is off of what Kim talked about tonight, and that's following up, whether it's for the Facebook or regular. When you're calling people to follow up, hey, I'm going to close so-and-so's party tomorrow, so we're going to be issuing you all a credit. Was there anything you wanted to add to your order before we close it out? And you want me to write all that?
Well, no, just generally. No.
I'll write it on mine and I'll
You don't have to
copy it
write
over
a
to yours.
paragraph.
And then the second one was, it goes back to asking those questions at the checkout, whether, did you get everything you want? And offer an incentive, like I do, you spend $98 and you get to go through my stash of jewelry and take a piece free.
Okay.
You know, we used to do, pick 6 and dive in when we had, that sale, or pick 3 and get 1 free. But now we have charms that start at,
So you really
$7.
can't. Yeah.
I'll be damned if I'm giving up a piece
For
of jewelry
$21.
spends $21. So I do the $98 special, and you get to. I mean, even if somebody does $90, I can hook them up. Or,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a rhyme. Get it free. What? Spend 93 and get 1 free. I don't know. That
Ooh,
just
I
sounds
like
so
that.
random.
That
Like,
is
spend
cute.
93. Do we like
Uh-huh.
that one?
Yeah.
Do you
Uh-huh.
want to write that? Spend 93 and get 1 free.
Yes. I love, see, Mary, you
But
guys
then
want
again,
amazing ideas? You
Once
come to
I
her.
run out of this retired jewelry, I'm not sure moving forward how we're going to be getting pieces to give away. So
No, because there's no retire.
not yet,
Okay.
but we have a new
So
catalog
you're using
in
the
August.
old company's treasure chest stuff.
What's that?
You're using the old stuff in your treasure chest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
same with Hostess.
But you know what? And honestly, they don't care. I mean,
No.
when I first started, we didn't, and I was telling you this, wasn't I? We weren't able to buy retired stuff. We had a warehouse sale once a year in Wooddale, Illinois. And that was at conference, just once a year. So when I first started, it was like, because, you know, Kay had her treasure box. I'm like, it's just the coolest thing. I want a free piece. I went to Kohl's, I went to Target, anywhere where I could find something for $3 or less.
She cracks me up with this.
So I had a couple of, you know, Leah Sophia pieces that I decided I didn't want to just throw them in the treasure box. I got them for free. So I would say, you know, I've got some great retired Leah Sophia jewelry here, and I've got some fun pieces I picked up along the way. So I'm not advertising it all as their jewelry.
Oh, they
So-
were just other jewelry.
Just jewelry. They just want free jewelry, you know.
Right.
So it doesn't matter where it comes from.
It's free.
And sometimes it doesn't matter actually what you're giving away. Like, you know, it's the moment, not the memento. You know what I mean? It's just I get something for free.
Mhm.
So you know, we had a girl who just made up gift bags with flip flops and or these those little beach bags and you know things like that. So you know, sometimes it just didn't matter what you gave away, but you could still
Everybody
offer.
likes anything free.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, it's a freaking, I'll pick through my bowl of Dove chocolates, you know. Oh, I get chocolate for free when I spend
Right.
93.
So
You
you
know.
can have a virtual treasure chest online and just have an album or something that you could throw on there or something. And
I don't know, but it goes back to the instant gratification thing. You know what I mean? They want it now.
Well, I'll
so I
tell you
always
that
like to have something with me, even if it's stuff from the dollar store. They don't care.
it's just something, yeah, because at my
Same
launch
with
party, I did $2, $2 chuck, $2 bottles of wine, and they were all gone. Like, I was just like, what wine will do for people? You know, it's just that, oh my gosh, I came to this party and I had a lot of fun and I got something for free.
right, I get
Like,
take something home.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
and then you can justify that to your husband. Pour him a glass of wine, see, everything's good. Yeah, I spent $300, but everything's good. I got a $2 bottle of wine. Okay, so it's all about verbiage. It's all about your excitement too. If you're excited, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, but you know, I want some of her Kool-Aid, whatever that is. Okay, any ideas on that objection for you?
Which one?
We're on the booking or the
We were on six.
sales, yes.
The sales are low. Yeah, just offer an incentive. You know, like you said, you know, if you can afford it, like in my other one, I'd just say, you know, buy, you know, 3 things and I'll throw in a pigment, you know. So just kind of doing an incentive of some sort. That does
I
break
even
the
like
bank.
spend 83 because you know the national average ticket is like $72.
I like the 93.
I
Like
like
93?
Yeah.
It flows.
If those spend
If
it.
You spend 83 and get one for free. Spend 93
Thanks,
and get one
ladies.
for free. Yeah, 93 is better.
A creative way that I've been using is, and you're gonna have to work with your hostess, is making your hostess work for you, okay? And it doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes, I always say, if you get $250 in sales from people that can't come, or people that are out of town, I'm gonna give you any item under X amount of dollars in the catalog for free. Or I'm gonna give you any 2 items out of my, you know, whatever, however you wanna do, whatever incentive you wanna give. So number 1, what that does, it's automatically gonna guarantee you a qualified show, okay? Number 2, if you're keeping that hostess excited, this is gonna add to that excitement even more, okay? And number 3, you're getting your product out there to the rest of the country. Out of town family members, friends, all that kind of stuff. So it really serves a purpose, many purposes, but most of all, it's guaranteeing you those sales.
Can I make? Oh, go ahead.
But I do also say that in a nice way that they can't be from people that are going to be at the party, okay? Because that defeats the purpose.
Oh, if I could just make a suggestion. So it's like when you're asking them, you know, to have a party or if you're offering an incentive, it's always when, not if. So make sure, so instead of saying, you know, if you book a party, you get, say, when
Yes.
you book a party.
Good
because
point.
it's more-
Yeah, for sure. That way
If
it's
is like
inevitable.
iffy. When is like, this is gonna happen.
Right, I'm coming.
Yeah. So when you get so much in sales, you're gonna get this, not if. 'Cause
Good
if it's like,
point.
oh, can I do it?
Right.
When is like, this is gonna happen, it's on.
Right, it's empowering.
Yes,
For sure.
yes.
Good point, Mary.
Thanks.
Okay, you girls. Kimmy.
Gimme.
Oh, Kimmy.
I think I'm
Here,
upselling those clasps. I'm gonna sell the heck out
Oh!
Oh, good one! Got some cards for her?
Class.
And Shannon told me that Anne is looking at maybe putting like 5, thank you,
Claps for the class.
5 clasps like for us to buy as samples, like maybe a package of 5, so we have extras that
Yeah, I
people
wasn't
can
sure if we
play
could
with.
order more
So-
than one, but I'm just gonna tell you guys, you can order more than one item.
Okay.
It says quantity, you can put more than one in anything.
Yeah, I did notice
I
that.
ordered 2 clasps, so,
Okay.
and they said, yeah, that's fine, sweet.
Because yeah, this company is way
But the
better
clasp,
than that.
yes, definitely upselling on those clasps. And I think the
Good
Adistrands might add to that as well.
Yeah.
Adistrand.
Add a string.
And I think sales will boost too once we start introducing customer specials.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're excited just the fact that the prices are 30 to 50% lower than the other
That's-
companies.
Those customers that are used to that, yes. But
Yeah.
when you look at new people, they're still like, wait, everyone wants a deal. You know, I
There's
had this
not real
cover.
sticker shock though,
Well,
like there
well, we
was
had this
before.
conversation.
No, agreed.
Yeah.
But we just had this
Because
conversation.
Monica said, I want that by
Two
two.
by
Yeah,
one.
yeah. She's like, I want
Leah's
that
fee
deal.
is gone, my
And I
dear.
said, but the prices are better. And
But I
Shannon,
still want it.
but Shannon said that even we're offering a better value from the start. We're not jacking the prices up to then trick you
It's
into
just
thinking
the
it's a better
idea,
deal.
though.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Actually, studies have been made and shown that, like, if you go to Kohl's, they're huge on this, right? Or I don't know if you guys have Justice. You guys ever been to that store?
I know
$60
Justice, yeah.
for, you probably shop at Justice. $60 for a pair of jeans
I used to.
for a child, and I'm like, are you kidding? I don't spend $60 on my jeans.
Right.
But then they mark them down 40%. It's like, okay, thanks. You know, but I shop there when they have the 40% off because I'm getting a deal. I'm not really
Right.
getting a deal. I go to JCPenney and buy the same jeans for probably half of their deal price, right?
Right.
But you feel like you're getting this prestigious product at a lesser price because you're getting this deal. So it's all about again about verbiage. Sales is always about verbiage and how you're
It's trickery, they're
advertising.
fooling you.
Where's
But
the
it got
Told for a
confusing,
long time.
Monica, and then
No,
when
I
they
know
say,
that. It's
it
in
sounds
our
good.
DNA.
Right.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be
Sounds
that
good.
deal. There just
Yeah.
has to be
A
a
deal.
deal.
And that's where the $72 average ticket came in, is
Well,
people,
look
you
how
know.
excited I was. I thought free shipping and $5 off. See? I mean, it was like, oh, hell yeah.
But right now, we
I
don't
You only got one
have,
of them?
right
Yeah,
now,
it's
we
like-
don't have a way to
it was-
use 2
where
credit
did
cards
that-
on one order.
You know how I've been
I
combating
think
that?
it was
I would
the
swipe
balloon
PayPal.
when you pick the number. I think
Yep,
that's
PayPal.
Now
where
it's
that
like their
came
card
in.
and then pay.
Mhm.
And-
Okay, so let's talk about attendance being low. Who's experienced that? Hey, Kimmy, have you experienced that?
I have.
Yes? Okay, so what have been some ways that you've thought about or you've implemented to get that attendance up?
Actually, I just posted on Kim Hood posted something in
Hood? Kim
today
Hood.
about that, and she was trying to get brainstorming. And I said I have been on because I've been doing a lot of Facebook events, like for invites right now because we don't have our website. So I've been posting in my Facebook events, regardless of if it's a virtual or if it's a home party, the pictures with all the jewelry and saying, like, for example, necklaces. Where are all my necklace girls? Which of these is your favorite? And then it's got like 6 choices and they pick a number. So just trying to get them engaged and interacting and interested in the product. Because I think, like Kim had said, you know, the company is new. Before it was easier because everyone had heard of that previous company, but with a new company, it's a little harder to. So I've been really like posting product on my
Absolutely.
pages to get them interested and engaged. So I
Having
think
them
that
see.
that helps.
And that's when there's a Facebook.
Event
Or
but just
party,
like an
she's
invite.
saying.
Yeah.
And not just for a virtual, but for like I just had a party Friday night at someone's house, but she sent out a Facebook event for inviting people,
And you
as
know
well
what?
as other invites.
And I think when you do it that way, it's kind of a hit or miss with Facebook. You know, I always encourage real invites in the mail
Yeah.
and talk to people. Those are going to be your two best ways. Facebook is a good way to promote.
Right.
It's not a good way to invite because
Right.
everybody doesn't even know they've been invited to an event.
Well,
on
and it's not the
Facebook.
only way that I do invites.
Well, right,
I
absolutely.
give that as an option.
But I like
in
those
addition
ideas for
to-
people, especially with, I mean, you get some hostesses who get a lot of action on their event if they're
Right.
promoting it that way. Because people say, this is the best way for me. I'm not going to argue with them. It's the best way for them. I get it.
Right.
I
I said,
still-
but I'm still going to text you. I'm going to
Right.
text you with an invite. And
I
you
do
can
that
text out
too.
to everybody.
Yeah.
If you want to use red stamp, or I do my own on my computer because I get frustrated with red stamp. But what people are doing too is they're taking a picture of their hostess on their phone and putting that in one of the picture.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Yeah, so take a picture of your
That's in there,
hostess
yeah.
when she books. You know, she'd be holding the catalog going,
That's a
so you
great
snap a
idea.
picture, and then you do one of those invites in red stamp where you could post a picture in it, and you put that hostess's picture.
I like that.
And say, I'm having a party.
Something I just started doing is when I am trying to promote the $250 before the party scenario, the great thing, again, is we've talked about the other ways that that's great for upselling, but a way that's great for getting more people there is, again, it goes back to our direct ship. So if our party is a month out and people are placing orders before her party, those items are going to get to that customer before her party, right? So if that happens, take a picture, put it on the Facebook event, right?
That's awesome.
Like you're promoting product. They're gonna fall in love with it. So a couple things are gonna happen. People are gonna see it. People are gonna see it's real. People are gonna see that it's on a person and what it looks like in person versus a catalog. But number two, those people could probably want to buy more. And then you could offer free shipping since they're adding to another order.
Awesome.
Okay, so when they get that and they post that picture, I would immediately comment, "Oh my gosh, Rebecca, that is amazing. Don't you want more? If you do, hey, book a party or place another order and shipping's on me this time." Okay,
That is fantastic.
that's just another way to like really promote more sales, and you're promoting bigger attendance.
You can offer incentive for attendance as well.
Yeah.
You have 10 or more people, I'm gonna let you go through my treasure box, or you get a special prize from me.
Right. I like to bring, somebody said nifty gifty. I don't remember who came up with that, but I loved it. So I always say I'm going to bring you a little nifty gifty, and usually it's a $10 gift card to somewhere. The reason I use a $10 gift card is because my husband gets discounts on gift cards to his work. So when we buy them in big quantities, we get $2 off a gift card. So what's the six?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, what are you doing?
His mom.
She hasn't taken her medicine. So,
Aren't taking too much.
so we like doing that because we like buying gift cards anyway. So I usually have a couple extra laying around.
That's a cute
So
idea.
yeah, and $10 to go get ice cream. What woman doesn't love that, right? They get to treat themselves.
Or one theater ticket.
Or
You're
one
going alone.
You're going alone.
Forget it. No, I'm
And
kidding.
sometimes it's more about the experience. Shannon says it's more about the experience than the product. When you said
Right.
it earlier, we're talking about like team incentives. Same thing is, what do I get to do with you? What do I get to experience out of this? Never mind the actual product itself. That's important too. Getting free product as a host is important too. So, and then just reminding them that if they really, what do they want most out of this party? What's important to them? Is it free product, or is it just hanging out with the girls? You want their answer to be free product, and most of the time it is, right? So if they say free product, and this is Mary's words, obviously the more people, the bigger the sales. At least that's.
And ask them, imagine, if there were like 3 people at your party, we'd be hearing crickets. So what sounds more appealing? That, or if you have got like 10 or 15 people there, what sounds like more fun?
Right.
Like 10 or
Exactly.
15 people. Okay, then that's going to be our goal. Let them know you're going to partner up. We're partners on this. We're going to do this together. So.
Yes. And then, like Kim brought up, is follow-up. I have a weekly that I just started implementing because that was my week goal. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are my follow-up days. So Tuesdays are my 1 week out hostesses. Wednesdays are my 2-week out hostesses, and Thursdays are my 3 and 4 week out hostesses. So I do my procedure for my Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday hostesses.
So there's a good way to boost your attendance too, and that's hostess coaching.
Proper
hostess
coaching. And I will tell you that was my biggest struggle, but I will tell you now that that is my hugest thing, is that I'm trying to really narrow in on that and really try to perfect that, because that is going to show my sales increase and my attendance increase. So the biggest bubble should be filled out, it should say hostess coaching. Okay, so on the very last page, you guys, I just left a brainstorm sheet for yourself. So if there's something that you're struggling with or something that you just have ideas, it doesn't have to be a struggle, it can be a positive thing. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I have this idea for a party, or I have this idea for this, or I have this idea for this, put it on there and put it on your vision board, okay? Do you have a vision board? Oh my gosh, girl, you gotta get a vision board. You gotta get a vision board. We had a party just recently, we did vision boards, so we'll do another one just for you. When you get your tattoo. We're gonna have a henna artist there.
Can we do it in Tempe?
Can we do it? I know, I'm like, we're from the East Valley, so we're starting to outnumber you guys. We're starting to outnumber you guys.
I told you.
Nikki's also down here with us, so we're gonna take over, because for a year and a half we were going up there for them. So, anyway, does anybody have any questions or any ideas or anything else they want to throw out? Wow, well, my party's
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah,